Last minute class changes, hotfixes, and dungeon nerfs. What's up, guys? Petko here. Welcome to a very early 8 in the morning European time. I woke up and I saw actually quite a few things have changed last night. Usually they do push some hotfixes on Monday before the race, and this time around it's no different. Let's dive in, talk about it, and analyze it. Alright, first thing, the class tuning. The biggest winner here is going to be a Retribution Paladin, receiving 6% out above. Now, in my opinion, the Retribution Paladin was already doing above average. These 6% will actually be a lot better now than before, and there might be a conversation of getting Ret Paladins on the way back to the Fist comp. Right now, you're playing Windwalker, Arms Warrior, Outlaw Rogue. You might be replacing Windwalker if you cannot live well with a Ret Paladin, or you might play instead of Outlaw Rogue Ret Paladin, because again, Outlaw doesn't bring anything to the party outside of poisons. Ret Paladin does bring a lot of better utility, and also utility that is going to be meaningful in Mythic Plus. So these buffs for Ret Paladins are actually very good, both for Mythic Plus and Raid, and I have my Ret Paladin already well prepared for that. Moving forward, Discipline Priest got another nerf. Why did this got nerf? We have no idea. But this time around, Void Shield got a 33% nerf. It reflects less damage. I think this Priest was already the worst healer in my opinion for M+, while being really strong in the raid. So I don't think they found a balance between having this to be good in the raid and in M+. And I believe that is more of an adjustment following the last tuning that happened 4 days ago. So yeah, pretty bad tier for this Priest and M+, especially given the fact how stronger all the healers are. But for raid, if you are raiding, I think this is going to be fantastic. Okay, moving forward to some hotfixes. Having first of all BM Hunter, Beastmaster Hunter corrected an issue where Dire Beast kill command from the Wild Speaker talent did not properly benefit from Killer Instinct. Okay, so this thing wouldn't really matter because every single top build right now in M+ and in Raid, actually I'm not 100% sure of what Raid, but at least in M+, the Dire Beast is up to that. Nobody plays the talent. So this hotfix, even though it is a buff if you play with Dire Beast, doesn't matter, although it's completely irrelevant just because nobody plays that beast. Okay. Holy Priest, correcting an issue where swapping from Shadow to Holy Spec could improperly cause Shadow Word Pain to not turn into Holy Fire. Doesn't matter. Correcting an issue while swapping specs may incorrectly cause Lava Burst to show up as Primal Strike in your spellbook. Never seen it before. Fix the issue where 2-tip Shadow Word would not display the correct duration. Nice quality of life touch. Okay, that's pretty much for hotfixes. The only relevant one here is for the Hunter, but once again, you do not play Dire Beast, so neither of this doesn't matter. They did a lot of hotfixes on the Delves and Layers. We're not covering that. It's mostly minor shit. Whatever. Moving forward to the more important thing. Dungeon tuning, dungeon hotfixes. I think that is going to be actually quite impactful. Let's see what they've done. Murder Row. Reduce the requirement enemy forces to 655. This is gonna make you play likely 1 or 2 less packs, which again will give you a lot of time. Great stuff. Remove the creature pack of a corrupted warlock on the 2 Radguard flares before Zotulu the Annihilator or Annihilator, whatever. Once again, these corrupted warlocks are the strongest mobs in this dungeon because they do heal a lot, they do bigger shields, and they're nasty to take care of. So this is really, really good. This overall is a nerf to Murder Row. It's gonna make it easier. Cantina Infect, 5-star review duration increased to 5 minutes, was 4. Once again above. You get, I believe, 10% more damage or 10% something once you do a roleplay before the second boss. So now that duration is gonna be a minute longer, which means you're gonna transfer that buff after the boss itself, or maybe keep it for the full duration on the highest level of keys. Food missiles now target specific locations around the room. Okay, whatever. I still think that event is bad, by the way. Fairmaster Lucchese Blade Dance now has a 2-second cast time and impact damage reduced by 10%. The mini boss before the third boss, nobody plays it anyway, whatever. Moving to King's Rest. King's Rest, Council of Tribes. Encounter now ends immediately after defeating Zanzao the Wise, which is the third boss. Sometimes the encounter would last for like additional 10 seconds if you don't kill totems. Desire the First King, Impaling Spear, Ground Visuals updated to improve visibility. Okay. Shadow of Zoo, Dark Revelation now prefers non-tank players. Very good quality of life change. Ghostly Brood, Seismic Upheaval, visual updated to improve visual clarity. That is the big brood that slumps on the ground. That's good. The Raptors. Okay, the Raptor visibility had to be improved, so that's actually great. It seems like all of these things should have already been done on beta or PTR, but they did it now, which again, better late than never. Void Sky Arena, Proof of Mastery, and Proof of Endurance are now buffs. Which what do you mean buffs? Do you mean you can lose them if you die? Is that what it means? I get it done unwielding champion spear health reduced by 15%. This is the left mini boss. Once before the first boss, doesn't matter. You don't play it anyway. Disruption orb, disruption cast reduced to 13 seconds, was 15 before. Ooh, that's gonna make it harder right now. The right mini boss. Den of Nalorak, body of apples are now interactable without requiring opposite thumbs. Nature finds a way. Okay. Once again, more roleplay. Warding incense. Increase verse buff to 5%. Now benefits all allies in an instance. Now persists through death. Interesting. That's a buff to Dead on Nalorak. Okay. Makes it easier. Sentinel of Winter, Rim Shatter Soul Area, visual updated. Spirit of Hunger, Insatiable Hunger debuff now limits to 5 stacks. Instead, good. Blinding Veil, Thorny Scepter, Hunting Leap visibility improved, great, just like in King's Rest. Zicket Boss, Light Bloom Essence, periodic damage reduced by 25%, make it easier for you to heal. Altar of Fangs, in my opinion, the hardest dungeon, added a way for players to return to the entrance from the Chamber of Ravi. Hunting Leap visibility improved. Okay. Ruby Life Pools, first boss, Heal Burst cast time increased to 3 seconds. They keep nerfing the first boss. Is it like that difficult for people? Kraka, which is the final boss. Flaming Embers reduces radius of each ember to 5 yards with 7. You can dodge them easier. It reduces the amount of randomness in a spawn pattern. Kuraka no longer immediately begins cast after she lands for the final phase for the encounter, allowing for her to be repositioned. Increase the movement speed of Kuraka after she lands for the final phase for the encounter. So pretty much making this easier, even easier. Flash Frost Shield Weaver, Ice Shields precast visually updated. Earthbound Guardian, multiple application of the Earthbound imprint debuff can no longer overlap. This, by the way, is going to be super helpful for the tanks. Temple of Sutralis. Oh, actually big buffs. With the below changes, we're reducing the amount of passive healing done to the boss via cleansed life force to make player healing more impactful. Additionally, we are adjusting some mechanical tuning surrounding corrupted life force to enlarge more group participation in mechanic. Corrupted Guardian is the last boss area guardian where you have to actually kill it in order for the phase to, to end. Corrupted life force time to soak increased to 6 seconds was 4.5. So if you don't soak, that's gonna wipe the whole team even on Mythic 0. So it's very important to rotate soaks, one soak at a time. Corruption reduces physical vulnerability to 250, was 300. This is the one that you soak. Increase periodic damage by 33. That's why you wanna have one soak per each person. Tainted Strike, it reduces periodic damage by 50%. Cap application of 2. Okay, this is mostly for last boss, honestly. The passive healing can no longer grow beyond 3 applications. Faithless Torment reduces the size of the fixate visual over the head of the healer. Essence Defiler, Defiant Taint is now displayed at debuff outer unit frame. Lightning Serpent, multiple applications of Lightning Storm debuff can no longer over. Okay, I think those were like the most important things, honestly. I guess the Ret Paladin buffs and some of the nerfs on the dungeons make it easier. And that's it. I mean, the season is coming out in roughly 13 hours from this message, or 12 hours, depending how quick the downtime is gonna be. So yeah, thank you so much for watching it, and best of luck inside the raid or M+ seasons. I'll be launching a ton of guides in the following days. So enjoy. Thank you for watching.